What if I told you you could build an AI automation agency without knowing how to code, sell businesses and automation for $500 to $2,000 or more, and use mostly no-code tools to build it? And I'm not going to give you the usual, start an AI agency and find clients. We're actually going to build one. I'll show you the exact automation I'd sell, the tools I'd use, how I'd find businesses, the message I'd send, how I'd charge, and exactly what it costs. And stay until the end, because I'm saving the full startup cost breakdown for the last 30 seconds. Let's go. First, forget about selling AI. Businesses don't want AI. They want more money or less work. So here's the automation we're going to sell. Instant lead follow-up. Imagine a local business gets a lead from its website. Normally, someone has to notice the lead, copy the information, send an email, maybe send a text, and follow up later. We're going to automate that entire process. Here's what happens. A customer fills out a form. That triggers the automation. The lead gets added to a database. AI reads the information, writes a personalized response, and the customer immediately receives a message. Then the business gets notified, and you can even add follow-ups if the customer doesn't respond. So the business isn't paying you for an AI workflow. They're paying you because fewer leads are falling through the cracks. That's what makes this sellable. And here's the stack. For the form, Tally. For storing the leads, Google Sheets or Airtable. For connecting everything, Make or Zapier. For the AI, ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini through an API. And for communication, email, SMS, or the client's existing CRM. You don't need to learn all of these. You only need to understand one workflow: trigger, then AI, then action. That's basically the foundation of most beginner automations. Let's actually build it. First, create your Tally form. Name, email, phone number. What service are you interested in? And any information the business needs. Then connect Tally to Make. The moment a new form comes in, Make receives the data. Next, send that information to your AI model. Give it a prompt like, based on this lead's information, write a short, friendly response. Mention the service they're interested in. Do not make promises about pricing or availability. Keep it under 80 words. The AI generates the response. Then Make sends that response through the business's email system. Finally, add another action that sends the business a notification. New lead received. That's your first automation. No custom software, no development team, no complicated backend. But here's where I'd make it even easier. Don't build a different automation for every client. Build one template. Then turn the things that change into variables. Business name, email, phone, industry, message, follow-up timing. Now you have a reusable system. When a dentist hires you, change the variables. When a real estate agent hires you, change the variables. When a gym hires you, change the variables. You're not rebuilding the business every time. You're deploying the same system. That's where the leverage comes from. Now we need someone to pay us. And here's another shortcut. Don't search for businesses that need AI. Search for businesses that have the problem your automation solves. Go to Google Maps. Pick one niche. Let's use dentists. Find 50 dental practices. Then check their websites. Do they have a contact form? Do they advertise? Do they offer consultations? Do they respond quickly? If a business is generating leads but has a slow or clunky follow-up process, that's your prospect. Put the business name, website, email, and your observation into a Google Sheet. Now you can automate the boring part of outreach too. Use a mail merge tool such as Mailmeteor with Google Sheets. Create one template and use variables for the business name and your observation. Something like, "Hey Sarah, I came across your business and noticed you offer online consultation requests. I built a simple system that automatically follows up with new leads within seconds and alerts your team when someone submits a request. I made a quick example of how it could work for your business. Would you like me to send it over?" That's much better than, "Hi, I'm an AI automation agency. Do you need help?" You're selling a specific outcome. Now, pricing. Don't charge based on how long the automation took you to build. Charge based on the value of the problem you're solving. For a simple beginner automation, you could test something like $300 to $500 setup, plus $50 to $200 per month for maintenance, monitoring, and improvements. Once you're building more sophisticated systems, the setup fee can be significantly higher. But don't start by pretending you're worth $10,000. Get one business result first, then raise your prices. Your first client teaches you what the tutorial never can. You'll discover what breaks, what the client actually needs, which steps are unnecessary, how much AI costs, how much maintenance is required. Then document the process. Turn it into a template. Build reusable modules. And eventually, you can have multiple clients running on variations of the same system. That's when this stops looking like freelancing and starts looking like an actual automation business. And now, the part I promised. What does it cost to start? Google Sheets? Free. Tally? Free to start, depending on your usage. Make? Free to start, with paid plans when you need more operations. AI? You can prototype with free AI tools, then move to API usage when you need automation. Mail merge? You can start with free options, and you don't need a website on day one. So your initial cost can realistically be $0. Then you pay for tools as your clients actually require them. And that's the important part. Don't buy $200 worth of software hoping someone will eventually pay you. Get the client first, then build the system around their requirements. And that's an AI automation agency. Find an expensive problem, build a simple system that solves it, sell the outcome, then turn the system into a repeatable template. AI isn't the business, the automation is the product. And if you want me to keep breaking down online businesses with the actual tools, websites, workflows, costs, and shortcuts, subscribe to Money Trail, because we're not here to tell you, go make money online. We're going to show you how.